hospital yesterday. What's that feel like to be able to lift those kids' spirits up when they're going through some difficult times?
It's amazing. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, the trauma that they've been through, that they can continue to go through, the amount of hours they're in the ER, ICU, and hearing them, you know, a lot about their stories. You know, you're empathetic, you're compassionate, but more or less you're just excited that you could bring a smile to their face and really give them just a brief moment of you know, just great joy and great energy, just passing along to them. And, you know, they're warriors, so you know, I think that, you know, they deserve that type of day, you know, from all of us. If we all could, you know, make it there one day or not, you know, just helps them out tremendously.
How different are those visits now that you're a father?
Definitely different in terms of emotional. You know, you see the parents going through what they're going through, but you know, the kids are most times stronger than the parents. They're trying to keep it together, you know, so their parents won't lose it. So I think that that in itself speaks volumes to, you know, things that people go through and what they can, you know, will themselves to be happy through, even as kids. So.
You talked the other night about guys learning to sort of win for one another or win together. Mm-hmm. How does that manifest itself? I mean, how have you seen that come together over the last couple of games?
I think that you know, guys just being in their specific roles, you know, Brad being more definitive in what he wants, and us responding the right way and not necessarily doing it selfishly. You know, so when a coach says something, he wants something done, or he thinks this is best for the team, instead of responding selfishly and thinking about yourself, you think about what's best for the team. And I think that over the last few games, we've just been having a lot more fun doing so, and you know, playing the right way, because playing at a high level, it should be fun. It should be fun getting up and down, getting stops, cheering for your teammates. Basketball should be fun. I think initially when we first started, everyone was in their own heads, and emotionally you can be all over the place, and you bring that emotion to your teammates, and you know, it's just not a good recipe. So I think, you know, even our practice habits, the two practices that we've had, we've really gone after each other, going after you know, what we want to accomplish for the day, and then we get better that way. But it's just a sense of professionalism there, as well as excitement and youth. You know, obviously we have some veterans, but we're still pretty young too as well.
Kyrie, you probed Gordon last week. You talk about T-Row, how you think he's doing, without judging, you know, what he can contribute most to the team.
Well, we just want Terry to be himself. I think that's where we have our most success, is when he's playing that lead guard role, or he's playing the two guard with Gordon out there or myself out there, and getting touches, you know, offensive end, and just being you know, kind of a defensive Doberman on that end. For us, it just is beneficial. You know, he gets a few fast break dunks, you know, gets a few open threes, and of course we know about his end of quarter shots. I mean, we know, Terry, he's probably shooting one of the highest percentages ever in the quarter shots. But we just have the utmost confidence in him, and I'm such a big fan of his. You know, I've said it plenty of times, he's a starting guard in our league, and it's a unique position for him to be playing, you know, behind me, which is it's not, you know, to have that much talent just sitting on the bench. It's not something that's normal, so it's not anything normal that he can be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. But we try to support him as much as possible, and as well as me, just try to give him as many, you know, as much as advice and knowledge as he moves forward his career.
You guys, that last New York game was pretty recent. I mean, just how much did
about a week, right?
Yeah. So how much did that just sort of gel things?
I think our last game, I kind of knew that we weren't going to play the way we have been playing, was after the Dallas game. You know, Dallas is a great team, well coached, but obviously they got physical at the end of the game, and you saw the way the fans were reacting in the crowd, and you know, and we have had a few teams beat us on the road, and they've celebrated as if they've, you know, beaten which is right. They've beaten a very good team. So you see the fans celebrating, and that's the stuff that really gets your blood boiling. And as a competitor, you know, you want those environments, but you want to come out successful. And the way you come out successful is that you stay together, make sure that emotionally you're not getting too high, and you handle business. And you play, you know, the game the right way, and that's at a very high level, not just in spurts or anything like that. Because we have enough guys that can, you know, share minutes. So there's no reason to just hold back and go out. So I think that we're doing that now.
Does your competitiveness make you want to
Well, I think that our identity is definitely forming a lot better than when we were playing against the Knicks that day, just in terms of our energy, our focus, our lineup as well, and just going out there and competing and just having fun doing so. So it's definitely a game that I definitely remember. So as a competitor, definitely I can't wait to play.
Kyrie, we talk about Marcus Smart's toughness all the time. Do you think he gets enough credit for his basketball IQ and his intelligence on the field?
I definitely give him enough credit. As his teammate, as his brother, I truly believe that when he's out there, he definitely brings a grit and toughness to the court, as well as that high basketball IQ, being able to play the point, play the two, play the three, switch on every pick and roll, and then push the break and just really just be himself. And now what I enjoy most is that he's just picking his spots a lot better, just catching and shooting, being able to be aggressive and create other opportunities. So he's just doing the right things, and it's great to know that he's played in high-level games and having a two guard or point guard, whatever you want to call our tandem that we're out there starting. It's just at a very high level on both ends of the floor.
How does his passion impact the team? I mean, does it rub off on you guys when he's out on the court?
Oh yeah, well he's definitely going to demand it out of you, and you got to appreciate that. He's going to give it his all every time he steps in between those lines, and going out there and going to war with somebody like that, you can count on.
Thanks, Kyrie.